So the Mavs probably gonna get eliminated. I'm recording this shit when they're down 3-0, and obviously no way they're coming back, but shit, if they come back, then that'll be an ultimate failure on my part. They came up so short, bro, and I'm just so disappointed, man, because I thought I was gonna get a good series, but I guess not. And like I said, man, I don't know, man. Luka, like, with the foul stuff, bro, he fouled out, man. Jaylen Brown should win Finals MVP. Let's see what 2K thinks. Who's gonna win Finals MVP? And the Celtics ended up sweeping, and they still give it to Tatum, which is absolutely ridiculous. Draft lottery time. Let's kind of see where teams fall. Pistons get the first pick in the draft. Raptors 2. Where are we picking at? We're picking at 12 for Houston's pick. Head coach Jason Kidd, brutal series coaching from J Kidd, but you know, I mean, what are you gonna do, right? So draft time, let's kind of see who's there at the draft, and then let's sim up to this pick right here at pick 12. And Donovan Kling is gonna fall to 12, which is very interesting. But we we have the two centers, so I don't really think we need to do that. A player that I would be interested in is bringing in is Matas Buzelis. He's a young guy, high upside guy. Let's go with Matas Buzelis here. Obviously, I would say Klingon, but we have the two centers already. Let's go Buzelis. Another Euro guy coming in. So Stephon Castle actually goes 1 in the draft to Detroit, which is very interesting. And then the Raptors get Ron Holland. Topic goes 4. Where does Sar goes to Wizards at 5? Yeah, interesting top draft here. As you see, Khalil Ware, Jalen Tyson goes into the top 10. So free agency, I don't know if they have any free agents. I mean, if we take a look at the roster here, who's still under contract, we got Luka, we have Jaden Hardy, another guy who I'm very excited to see going forward. Kyrie is probably going to regress a little bit. Tim Hardaway is a guy that we can definitely move on from. Josh Green, another guy who's an interesting piece, but I kind of might want Buzelis to start here. And then PJ Washington is our 4, and then I like the Gafford Lively thing, but I think we might have to move on from Gafford. I just like having those two good of the centers is just interesting. It's an interesting piece, but I feel like we can upgrade at another position. Tim Hardaway is probably gonna go, so I might use it on a Luke Kennard. Bring some more shooting off the bench, so I don't really hate bringing in a Luke Kennard here. But like I said, we're probably gonna look to move on from Tim Hardaway. So if we could look to do a big splash in the offseason, I think we're going to be moving on from Tim Hardaway. And then I get a first-round pick from Detroit in 27. I also get a second-round pick. So Tim Hardaway really did nothing for us in the playoffs, really bad. So it's time to move on from him. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to move Dante Exum and then probably Dwight Powell to see if I can get a better backup 4. I could get a Rui Hachimura and move him to the power forward position to back up PJ Washington. And I think I'm going to look to do that deal. I think I see Rui here. And I see the Lakers need a little bit more shooting with Kleba, and they want to bring in Exum here. And then Rui Hachimura might play our backup 4 for us. And I think that's a pretty solid pickup. $17 million a year, 26 years old. We're going to pick up Rui Hachimura there. So, I mean, now it's an interesting dynamic there because Hachimura can slide to the 4. He doesn't go down at all. I mean, it's an interesting thing because I do want to start Matas Buzelis, but I mean, I could start Rui over him if I wanted to. Let's go to player progression and kind of see if we can, what kind of regression Kyrie has. Hopefully it's not that much. We get a lot of guys back on the qualifying offer, and Kyrie drops by 1. Lively only goes up to an 83. PJ actually regresses. Jaden Hardy goes up 2. We're going into this first year, probably not making a lot of changes because we just made the NBA Finals. So just draft Matas Buzelis, get a few more guys, rotation guys on the roster like we did with Rui Hachimura, and kind of see where this team can go from here because I do still have a lot of potential in this team, especially in 2K with Luka being the stud that he is in 2K. I think I'm going to start Matas Buzelis over Josh Green. So they would want the starting lineup to be, and then I think Lively needs to start over Gafford. So we're gonna have Luka, we're gonna have Kyrie, Matas Buzelis is gonna start for a little bit, and we're still gonna start PJ with Derek Lively, and off the bench it's gonna be Gafford, Hachimura, Luke Kennard, and then Jaden Hardy. And then Josh Green is our 10th man. I think this is a pretty solid rotation for, honestly, year 1. Bringing in Buzelis, bringing in Hachimura off the bench. Just more bodies, more depth, more wings that can score, you know? System proficiency for this first year, I don't think we can go perimeter-centric. I think what fits Buzelis the best? 7 seconds, balanced. PJ doesn't fit balanced. I guess we're going to stick with perimeter-centric. Okay. All right, let's end this first game against the Spurs. We win by 30. Luka goes for 30 and 11. Kyrie, Lively. I really need Lively to step up and have another big-time role. We need somebody else to be able to step up besides Luka and Kyrie. We saw that just happen in the NBA Finals, that all these guys, they couldn't get it done when it mattered. I'm going to sim like halfway through, and if these guys are struggling to contribute, I might have to look to make another move for another player that can come in and just score because it's Kyrie and Luka, and that's it. Kind of looking at some of these box scores, we put up 155 here. Luke goes for 53 and 9 and 11. It looks like, from just looking at some of these box scores, man, it looks like we're scoring a lot of points. So it's probably Luka and Kyrie. and then a committee from all the rest of the guys. But like I said, yo, look at the trade deadline, bro. We're the second best team in the West, 35-16, and I'll take that. I'll take that for the second year. Obviously not as good as the OKC Thunder, which is just never gonna happen. If Josh Green just isn't gonna play in our rotation, we should look to maybe upgrade from that position. I mean, he is only 24 years old. I might want to keep his contract around later because I think we might be good enough to make a run this year, but we do have like a lot of players I can put together. Like these two in a first round pick could really get me somebody good. What is going on with this team? Did every team have a fire sale? How did the Nets get Beal and Levine and Toppin? What? So a lot of player movement. The Nets making a lot of trades. I don't know if that's good or not, but the Suns got Paul George now. D'Lo gets traded back to the Warriors for Chris Paul. Hold on. The Nets traded Ben Simmons to the Clippers for Paul George in a second. First of all, that's crazy. And then the Nets traded Paul George for Beal. The Heat traded Rozier and Duncan for Harden. Okay, let's go to selling teams and kind of see what's going on. So we're looking for like another wing maybe we can play at that 4 position. That's like a scorer maybe. I think Aaron Gordon would be a really good, but they're obviously not selling. So it doesn't really make sense. The Pacers have DeRozan somehow. Siakam signed with the Pistons. Bringing in a Karl Anthony Towns to this team could be very interesting. I'm going to look to see what's up with Cat because that's very interesting. And we could go get Cat too. I would start off conversations probably with a PJ Washington. We would acquire $30 million more. So, you know, it would probably have to be Rui. Okay, so Josh Green and Rui could get us there money-wise. So if I throw both of them in, they actually counter with Dwight Powell and a first-round pick. Our unprotected pick of this year, Dwight Powell, Josh Green, and Rui Hachimura. They just want more wing depth. And we would be bringing in Karl Anthony Towns to play that 4 position. And that would be another scorer to kind of just help out Kyrie and Luka. Counter with Dwight Powell in that first. We're going to get Karl Anthony Towns in this deal. And I think this is a pretty realistic move. Now, Buzelis will stay at that small forward position. Towns is going to go to the 4. And then Gafford's going to, again, come off the bench. So now it's going to be off the bench. It's going to be Gafford, PJ off the bench is really good with Hardy and then Luke Kennard, which is a pretty good 4 off the bench if you ask me. Having some good shooting, having some good scoring, and PJ and Gafford can defend still with Buzelis starting. This team is pretty nice now. Yeah, perimeter center doesn't really fit now. Let's move to 7 seconds under Jason Kidd. Towns, Luka, and Kyrie all fit that really well. Gafford actually fits that a little bit more. Okay, so you know what? That's going to make me want to start Gafford. I know it's okay. We're doing it just for the assistant proficiency because I really do want to get the best one possible. And Gafford's going to be able to start and give us 4 stars in 7 seconds. So I'm fine with that. Lively's still going to be playing more minutes. That's our big deadline move I'm going to see out at the end of the year. Towns' first game gives us 29. And this gives Luka the ability to pass the ball and get a lot of assists. He has 16 in his first game. Okay, season is a wrap and Luka gets your MVP, which I'm pretty cool with. We all knew it was going to happen. Actually, I didn't even know because his points did go down. So I was kind of curious. But he does still get it. 28, 9.5, 12 assists is crazy now. With a steal and a half, shooting 50, 40, 45, 50, 45, 85 splits. Alex Hart wins your rookie of the year with the Wizards, averaging 12 and 7. We got Jalen Duren, 6 man. Wemby wins your depoy. Keontae George, your most improved player. Yeah, he's a stud. Wemby also wins clutch player, so the Spurs got 3 awards. Luka gets All-NBA first team. LeBron's on Philly, by the way. This player movement has been crazy this year. First team, we see Matas Buzelis gets all-rookie second team, averaging 10 points per game. So we were the 2 seed, which is pretty nice. 62 wins. Wow, I didn't even know that. We went 62 wins in our first year with all these teams, man. Philly, top of the Eastern Conference because they got Tyrese Maxey, Jacoby Walter, Royce O'Neal, LeBron, and Embiid. That's kind of disgusting. With Tobias Harris, they brought in Isaiah Hartenstein. It's a really good team. New look Heat with Harden and Miles Bridges is actually kind of cool. All right, take a look at stats for the end of the year, man. Luka ended up with averaging 28, as you saw. Kyrie 27. Towns comes in averages 21, which is sick. Lively, Buzelis. So we got a lot of guys who can just score, which is really good to see. That's what they really need in real life. Another guy. We ended the best offense in the league, scoring 129 points per game. Our defense obviously is not going to be up there with one of the best. We have a middle of the pack defense. As in this first round, we're going up against this 7 seed Spurs team we just looked at with Duren off the bench and TJ McConnell. Actually, it's, again, a pretty good team. I think they're a couple years away. Not good enough to beat Luke and Kyrie. They do beat us in game 1 by 20. Wemby going crazy. I'm going to need us to lock in. Game 2, we go down 2-0. And if we do, Jason Kidd, you're getting fired. Jason Kidd, if we lose this series, you're getting fired, bro. Seriously. Wemby just dominating, bro. Game 3. Thank you. We get that win going down 2-1. Wemby has a poor game and we get the dub. Luka going crazy with a 36-point triple-double. Towns in the playoffs. I need you to play a little better. All right, game 4 is a big one, and we tied up 2-2, which is huge. Luka going crazy. We should be able to go up 3-2 here. We do, and we should get out in 6. Beautiful. Okay. So we come back from 4. We win 4 in a row. after being down 2-0. Big game from Towns, closed out game efficient. Luka go obviously averaging 33-point triple-double, 15 assists in the playoffs is absolutely unheard of. So second round we go, and Edgar is going up against this Golden State Warriors team who has Steph Curry, Clay, still Wiggins. Same exact team, except they brought in D'Lo in that Chris Paul trade. Draymond off the bench, they're starting Jalen Smith with pods. Deep team, deep bench. We do take game 1 by 20 though. Luka going crazy. Luka's scoring, and he, after that Towns trade, he's averaging 15 assists. This dude is nuts, bro. We should be able to get out of here in 4 games maybe. We're gonna beat them in 5. Yeah, easy round. Luka still averaging 14 assists per game, going crazy. Towns averaging 21, Buzelis with 11, Kyrie averaging 25 in the playoffs. Going to the conference finals against the OKC Thunder as the Heat drop off the Celtics in the semifinals. I would love that to happen. Who got Shea, Giddy, Dort, J-Dub, Chet, Kelly Oubre off the bench with Drummond and Case and Wallace and Isaiah Joe. We all know how good this team is. Can we beat them though, as they do take a game 1 by 10 points. Even between a good Luke and Kyrie game, we have to make some shit shake here. And in game 2, we go down 2-0. I'm gonna cut this rotation down to 7 for the playoffs, man. We really need to lock in here and go get this win. We're gonna have to go through this team to get a championship no matter what. And we did in real life, but 2K is a different beast. We do win that big game. Kyrie goes for 45 and 10. Luka goes for 30 and 18. A big game 4 to tie the series up 2-2. We go down 3-1. Luka goes for 50. Kyrie goes for 40. We still lose. And unfortunately, I do think that's going to be the series, as we get eliminated in 5 games by this overpowered ass OKC team. I mean, we scored a lot. They averaged like 140 this series. And they're playing the Heat in the conference finals. Yeah, well, let me see this going on here. No, not play game, bro. Fuck. Kind of looks like Tyler has taken over this series as they win in 7. Tyler averaging 25 in the playoffs, shooting extremely efficiently. Rematches the 2012 or 2011 finals, and they lose in 5 games. Shay's your finals MVP. I mean, what are you expecting? We got 2 more years until we got to get them a ring, so we got to lock in and try to get this Dallas team a ring. Again, unfortunate. We made the conference finals, losing 5. OKC's just too good. LeBron ends up retiring with the Sixers finally, which is crazy. A lot of greats retiring, like Russ and Kevin Love. Draft lottery, we see the Pacers jumping up. What was their odds at getting the first overall pick? Yeah, I mean, they had the 9th overall odds. They jump up to 1, so that's pretty sick for them. Lakers get 2, which they really desperately needed. Yeah, unfortunately, I think J-Kid's gonna go. We don't have him extended, so I think he's gonna go, and you know, we gotta bring in Stauffer if he accepts it, and he does, which is great. NBA draft time. Let's kind of take a look at who goes where in this draft. I do want to take a look real quick at trades because we do have some expiring deals. Like a Kyrie Irving's deal is expired. We got to make sure we re-sign him. Derek Lively, we're gonna have to pay as well. And then Hardy, I'll like to bring back as well. We do have a 2nd round pick in this draft, so I will be looking to draft here as I see somebody by the name of VJ Miller, who I only know his name, and I'm going to draft him. Cooper Flag goes 1 to the Pacers, which is kind of interesting for that team right there with Hallie. Ace Bailey goes to the Lakers. Dylan Harper goes to the Rockets. Oh, we actually drafted Caleb Love too. We'll sign VJ Miller. So Kyrie declines his player option, which is not really what's pretty good. We have to hopefully that he re-signs with us, or else we might be in some trouble. Most important thing is to sign Kyrie. We need to bring him back. We'll give him the most we can, 50. We'll give him $52 million a year, a player option as well, and offer him that contract and pray. And he does agree to that deal, which is actually pretty huge. I do also need to bring back Jaden Hardy. He is restricted, but I like to get him on a 3-year deal as well. We get both those guys back, which is huge. And then a mid-level we could use is somebody like an Alex Caruso, who does have some pretty good trade value. I'd like to bring him in and then trade him probably. Hopefully Buzelis gives us a little bit more progression, but I think our next step into getting better is upgrading that wing position if Buzelis doesn't take a jump. A lot of these picks look very interesting though. I am getting some of these really good offered picks in the trade finder, which is kind of making me a little excited. I'm seeing a 2026 Spurs or Houston pick, which is very valuable. I could look to put that in a trade right now. And I'm going to do this deal for this Houston pick. I also am picking up a 2027 pick also. We're going to do that deal. And I can get another 2026 Spurs unprotected pick. That's 2.5-star trade value. I'm going to do that. All right, so I see Ben Shepherd here. I'm going to pick up Ben Shepherd to hopefully play backup small forward for us. That's cool with that. Hopefully he progresses too. Let's go with progression to see what we got going on here. So Kyrie drops by 1 again, which is okay. Matas Buzelis does go up to a 78 overall. I think we got to make another move for a small forward because, listen, asking him to be a small forward on a championship level team is just might be a little bit too much for him. Because if we take a look at the rotation right here, we're going to bump that back to a 9-man rotation. It's going to be Luka, Kyrie, Matas Buzelis, Cat, and then Lively with Gafford, PJ, Hardy, Shepherd, and Kennard off the bench. Again, if this team wasn't good enough to get it done last year, Might not be good enough to get it done this year. If I do go look over to selling and rebuilding teams though, let's kind of see who's rebuilding. I see that the Raptors are rebuilding. Could maybe possibly bring in an RJ Barrett if I wanted to. They got OG and Scotty Barnes, but they're having Paulo come off the bench. Bro, 2K, what in the world is going on? I'm gonna stick with this team. I'm gonna sim a few games out because I do think that this team still can be very good. I'm gonna go 7 seconds with Michael Stauffer. Let's see kind of how this team plays. We're still putting up disgusting amount of points. This team can still definitely be the 1 seed or the 2 seed. It's just the bench is what I'm a little bit worried about. But I'm going to sim a few weeks and then kind of see where we're at. All right, so the trade deadline is here once again, and we are sitting at the 2 seed, right? Or we are actually the 1 seed in the Western Conference. And I think I need to take advantage of this opportunity and go and improve my bench. Zalis is kind of taking a step a little bit, averaging his rebounds gone up. He really still can't shoot whatsoever. And I see Benedict Mathurin in that starting lineup. And I might look to go see if I can grab Ben Mathurin. But what would it cost me to get Ben Mathurin on this team? Because I would really want him on the team. I'll start off by giving you the Ben Shepherd, $5 million more. I'll give you the Luke Kennard, Ben Shepherd and Luke Kennard. Chicago's unprotected first-round pick is 4 stars. They're offering me Nemhard too? How much are my picks worth? 3-star Brooklyn pick, 4-star pick. Chicago pick is 4 stars. Fuck that. I'm going to get a star, bro. 4s that can play a 3 is Paolo Banchero. 4s that can play a 3 is Paolo Banchero. And I give you PJ. And I give you that Chicago Brooklyn pick. And I'll give you the Chicago pick. I'll give you the Brooklyn pick and the Chicago pick. That's a lot of trade value right there. You could have Jada Hardy too. I give you that Nets pick and they do it. Full selling team. The Magic are just fully selling the team. And I just gave them boys. Yo, I mean, that's what happens when you get those picks. You got to make something happen. Paolo Banchero for PJ Washington. The Nets pick unprotected was 3 stars. The Chicago pick unprotected was 4 stars. And I gave them the Nets pick next year too. What is Chicago's record is what I'm trying to figure out. They're 10-39. They're trash. That's the first overall pick right there. So I essentially just traded the Magic the first overall pick. And look how bad the Magic are too. The Magic are awful too. They got Scotty Barnes. I guess it wasn't working out with Paolo. I don't know. But should I take him? Now we got Lively. We got Buzelis, Hardy. And then Ben Shepherd, I still don't really want to play. I'll go pick up Vince. I'll pick up my boy Vince Williams from there. All right, so cool. Now, the Lakers going to be offering me Patrick Williams for a backup 4. I'm going to take that shit and run with it. So, I mean, yo. Okay, now we got Luka, Kyrie, Paolo, Towns, Gafford, Lively, Buzelis, Patrick Williams, Jada Hardy. Yeah, that's the midseason trade that I wanted. And I'm going to see y'all at the end of the year. That's the trade we needed to do. Okay, season is a wrap, and Luka brings home back-to-back MVP trophies, 29 and 12 with 9 rebounds. Again, pretty much the same stat line. Cooper Flag wins your Rookie of the Year. Jarris Walker wins 6-man. Pace is kind of running that shit. Holland gets most improved. Coach of the Year goes to us. We won 60 games, so actually less than last year. Obviously, Luka All-NBA first team. Any names on here that are interesting? No, not really. Luka makes all-defensive second team. We see Cooper Flag as a rookie making all-defensive team. Yeah, we're the 1 seed, and I don't know where OKC was, but I'm hoping they're not top, and they won 58 games still, so they're still really one of the best teams in the league. Boys, I'm looking forward to this team in the playoffs. I think this got to be the year we bring it home. We lost like 3 games after we traded for Paolo. So, yeah, Luka averaged 29, Kyrie there with 26, shooting great. Again, efficiency. Paolo is there shooting 40 from 3. He averaged 25 a game. He's a stud. Towns dropped all the way down to 15, but, like, that's fine. Patrick Williams with 10. There was Matas Buzelis and then Lively Gafford. Getting that Chicago pick really opened everything up for us. We had the second best offense. We had the best defense in the league. First round, we are going up against this Lakers team who traded for Jalen Suggs mid-year. So it kind of looked like, yeah, the Magic had like a fire sale, getting rid of Suggs, getting rid of Paolo. They still got Ace Bailey, so they got some decent defense over there. Fulton them. We should be able to get out of this series in maybe 4 games, 5. As we do win in 5. Luka, Towns, Kyrie, Paolo is our big 4. Luka averaged 16 assists in the first round. We do got Golden State in the second round. Retool Golden State with Curry and Levine in the backcourt with Kuminga, and then they brought in Claxton. So no more Draymond, it looks like. They got Ben Simmons now. Interesting team right there. We should be able to get out of here in 4 games. We go up 2-0. And we sweep them, which is, you know, we knew that was going to happen. Luka averaging 15 assists in the playoffs, going crazy. Towns averaging 18, Paolo averaging 24. And like I said, if we want to win, if we want to get by them, we have to beat them, right? I mean, it's simple as that. Shea, Ian Jackson, they got Franz now somehow. I have no idea. J-Dub, Chet, and then Lou Dort. Casey Wallace, Kelly Oubre, Andre Drummond. In game 1, we take game 1. Is this the year we can finally beat them? Luka with a 20 assist game, going crazy. Game 2, we go up 2-0. We go up 3-0. Can we get out in 5, please? Just make it easy on me. Beautiful. Get rid of them in 5. If we're beating that OKC team, I know damn well we win in the finals. As Kyrie with a big 30-piece to close it out. And Luka versus Tatum, a rematch of the NBA Finals. They got Tim Hardaway Revenge Series. They got Tim Hardaway. Did I see they have Naz Reid? Is that what that said? Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps, Naz Reid, Tim Hardaway, Margin Beauchamp. They got Duncan Robinson too. This Heat team tried again and they couldn't make it. They do get Devin Carter, who I really want on the Heat in real life. Overcome the demons and beat this Celtics team. And in game 1, we win. Kyrie, Tatum, and look at Paolo Banchero this time. We go up 2-0. We go up 3-0. And we are going to sweep the Boston Celtics in year 2 of this video. Luka Doncic gets his finals MVP finally. 31, 11, and 14. Playoff stats for the season, for the year, man. Luka, obviously, Kyrie, Paolo, and Karl Anthony Towns. I'm ready to win back-to-back championships. And in our last season, let's try to go get our second one. So this is our last year of this rebuild. And I think we can just... Okay. Are you kidding me? But if I can't advance, yeah, I didn't. Shout out 2K for selling me. I can't even get to the 3rd season of the video, so 2 is gonna have to do. I end up get in the ring. I really wanted to see if that team could go like 70 wins because I really think that we could. But I literally tried 6 times to get past that, and I literally just couldn't advance to the 3rd season because 2K is a great game. It's a greatly developed game. I did get that ring in the 2nd year. Mavs fans, I'm sorry you couldn't see a 3rd year with Paolo Banchero under the roster. But if y'all like these videos, man, like, comment, sub, put on the post notifications so you know every time I post. Catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.